Good morning, YouTube. I should, before I hit the button, I should have pressed. I, I, I should have checked out what I wanted. I noticed I got a coffee machine in this hotel room, and I hit the button. I'm gonna make me some coffee, so y'all stand by with the Chronicles of Broke Down Larry. Hey, Mike, I just got finished watching one of your videos, which was actually really cool. It was, I guess, time lapse. You had it on time lapse. That was freaking awesome. Actually, I didn't realize what the time on it was. I said, well, let me watch this to the end. So, because I ain't got nothing else to freaking do. You know what I mean? Sitting in here, uh, contemplating life and everything else. You know? Jeez. I hope I do this coffee machine right. Well, I'll know in a minute, but who cares? Alrighty, back to you guys. What's going on? What's going on? Uh, we had some drama this weekend. As you can see, you notice I am not in a 18 wheeler. Uh, my truck broke down. Um, having some kind of electrical problems. It was like it had a ghost in it or something. And to top that off, I got my load after 5 o'clock. Finally got loaded after 5 o'clock, where the place closed for the weekend, and I'm overweight in the front of the trailer. Yeah, yeah. I was, yeah, yeah. I decided to start early. Yeah, he called and said he wanted a different truck. Yeah, no, I was gonna get it. I was gonna get a different truck because this one was acting up. I woke up one night. We have this system where you're in the bunk, the bed. You hit a button, it turns the truck on, runs so the AC, so you don't freaking roast. And it kept on trying to start and wouldn't start. And then, I turned the system off and the lights were going crazy, like there was a ghost in the daggone thing. So, that's when I called him and said, okay, I've had enough of this truck. There's other little quirks and stuff like that were bothering me. But I finally said I had had enough. Can you give me another truck? And he set me up for another truck. But that truck was 1,000 miles away from where I'm sitting right now. I'm sitting in Katy, Texas, and you know, is one of our yards, but unfortunately, they don't have a ready truck for me. So I might be doing a vlog from a rental car. This is stupid. And also, we have to see if they're gonna have me do it or have the next driver do it. Take it back to the shipper and get reworked because the load is overweight. But I kind of figured where I originally broke down, that would have been putting someone else in a ticket peril and a DOT problem. So I decided if I'm gonna break down on the other side of the scare house. So that's what I did. I just got back. I went to sleep for about 8 hours. Woke up Saturday and said, "Screw this! I'm turning back and I'm gonna head towards our yard." So we started heading that. I started heading that way, and I made it all the way. So hey, I'm not complaining. But they wasn't open on the weekends, and they're gonna want me to run up in there early this morning. Oh, you gotta check it in. Okay, I'm not even gonna stand and get in the safety line. I'm gonna just go talk to the guy. Hey, let me explain what's going on. One way or another, it's got to go to the dealer. You know what I mean? So, do you want me to just wait in this line to have you tell me it's still got to go to the dealer? You see what I'm saying? But I actually got out and walked this weekend. Oh my God. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I actually got out and walked, and boy, this Texas heat, this Texas heat is no joke. This Texas heat is no joke. I'm just being honest with you. But I got a Fitbit for my birthday. Crappy birthday at that, but we'll talk about that one of these days. I got a Fitbit for my birthday, and I had. It's fun when you get to walk and keep checking, see how many steps you can do. This Fitbit, you can actually answer the phone and talk to people. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I found a nursery. It's funny in Georgia. They had the Pikes Family Nursery and all that stuff. That stuff kind of died out. But I found one and did video on it. And actually, there was another one like a half a mile away, a smaller one. And this one was like all kind of plants that I kind of sort of couldn't recognize, or but they were loaded down. They were loaded down to the hilt, and um, it's just a real long stretch. So I went out and went to the right and went down that way and found that and just had fun making made a video of gardens and I guess the winter stuff that's coming out and this stuff still there, peppers and tomatoes because it's still hot down here. I don't know when it's going to get cold, but the season for you growers is probably a little bit longer. A lot of the stuff was roasted because of the Texas heat, but it was fun. And then I turned around, and came back the other way. Um, I just spent time just walking and getting that out. And I did the first day I did 15,000 steps, and I think yesterday I only did 9,000 steps. But um, it I needed to get out. I needed to get out and walk and relax. And that's really not relaxing, to be honest with you. But I needed to get out and walk and get my body. I literally found it's it's right around the corner from the hotel, a commercial lawnmower store. And these boy, they had some monsters in there. They I think 60 inches. on one mower was, I believe it was 100 inches that had wings on it, which is meaning blades on both sides where you lay down and you keep on. I mean, they had some monsters in there, and I'm used to the prices. I mean, I don't buy nothing, but I like to ask. And the smallest mower in there was like 10 grand. Like nine. She said nine something. I was like, well, when they finish, it's gonna be 10 grand. And even the regular size lawnmower, which is a professional one, this thing was made like a freaking tank, man. And you try to lift it, you're like, wow, that's a heavy behind lawnmower. But I had fun geeking out there. Um, Walked down to Sam's Club because the AC in Sam's Club. So I walked around with the cart 2 days in a row. Um, yeah, these things were big, man, but they look like fun. I and then I just started noticing the lawns just in these shopping centers, man. And I think one of the, I think that I posted a picture. I think that lawn, I think that lawn that was there is the zoysia that I'm looking for. Cause boy, it was like walking on a carpet. If I could get that to grow properly on my front lawn, I would lose my natural born mind. But we're gonna see because that mix is expensive. We're gonna see. But I got my walk on, and just walking up and down. I went to two restaurants. It's so funny. This is so funny how I was. I'm gonna start changing my vocabulary because, and I was listening in on a live. You know, good morning, good morning. I was listening on a live, and what the lady said, she was. I would say kind of, but she was correct. And a lot of times we are not used to what we're saying, and you could come across sounding, I wouldn't say prejudice because we have to figure out the definition, but a lot more bigoted, closed minded, and stuff like that. Because all people of other races are not going to be like the ones that we have encountered, I have encountered, or you have encountered, or so forth and so on. So I need to change my verbiage on a lot of stuff that I talk about to include everybody because a lot of times we think we've been so ingrained that it's black and white, and a lot of times it's rich and poor. A lot of times it's haves and have nots. A lot of times it's healed and hurt, folks. You know what I'm saying? That light over there is getting on my nerves. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I don't know why that light is getting on my nerves, but it is. And a lot of times, in that kind of is a good segue into what some of the stuff that I want to talk about. One of the things is we don't recognize we don't recognize and I said it. I spoke to Charles. We don't recognize that we have a problem. The only difference between you and me, at least I make an effort to try to recognize. I got so many problems. I got 99 problems and whatever ain't one. But you know, um, I recognize that I'm a hot mess. Please, pour no money, man. This is the bill paying book. As you notice, I haven't rode all weekend. That means no bills are going to get paid. So, I'm trying not to stress out about it, but look, hey, it is what it is. But I was listening in on a live, and wait a minute, I'm all over the place. Let me come back to yeah. I was listening on a live, and as usual, it's always about you know the men, and I'm not bashing, but you are bashing, and I'm not, but you, some of y'all are, and and one lady, it came back up to it came back up to the same subject that's over and over and over, and you guys, and guess what? I guess men, we're not seeing it either, but you're not neither one is seeing it, because one of us from Mars, and one of us from Venus or the moon or whatever. And one lady, she just kept on, and she was on the panel, and she just kept on. I noticed she did it like twice. She told her husband, she said, I tell my husband, you know, it's okay that you did it, but I could have did it. It's okay that you did this, but I could have handled it. And my response to that is, you're low key saying, yeah, thanks for doing it, but I really don't need you. And and yeah, that's look, you're low key doing you're low key being in low key, high key, whatever key, high key, whatever. You're being adult. You should be able to do it. You should be able to do it. But the fact is, if you have someone that comes in and says, "Hey, I care enough to do this for you," and not to throw it in your face and say, "Hey, I'm just showing you that I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm just showing you." And to keep putting it, well, I could have did it. I could have. You know what? To people like that, and I'm that person. I'm that person. You say that to me enough, and I'm making an honest to God effort. You say that, and I finally had enough, and I say I'll never do it again. Never do it again. I had an ex-wife. I made an effort one day, and I got this big palm tree, and her mother was staying with us, not because the ex-wife said it. We had went back to New York, and I'd seen what her mother, the the the, the horrible conditions the woman was in, and the weight loss that she lost, she's skin and bones. And I said, look, you need to come on, pack your bags, and move down to Georgia. But in that sense, my ex-wife decides that she's going to um, claim the power dynamic in the situation, and started acting like a complete fool. And it was what yeah, it's definitely one of those what the heck moments. And I remember I went by, I don't know what store it was, and I bought this big palm tree because that idiot that I was married to at that point was you know, growing these vine type plants and whatnot. And I said, well, let me buy another plant, and I bought it, and and I remember, brought it in the house in the living room where everybody was sitting, and she went ballistic and was like, "What the heck is this? What the heck is this? What is this? What is this crap?" And I'm looking like it's a plant. It's a plant. And I mean, I trust me, I did not deserve this, but this is what I got. And she's doing this in front of my mother-in-law. She's trying to show you, hey, look, let me show you. I'm running this ninja, and I seen it, and I'm the biggest, coolest person ever. I seen it, and I remember, and I caught wind of it. And long story short, I grabbed that plant, and I said, I looked at dead in the eye. I said, I will never ever again get you a present because you are ungrateful sob, and you're not going to treat me like this. I said, never again. And I grabbed that plant, opened up the front door, and threw it out. It went flying across the front lawn. See, and I say that to some of y'all, why do y'all act like that? What is the matter with you? You're so used to being in an unhealthy, violent situation that everything has to be handled that way. That everything has to be that way so that you can get attention. Yeah, I mean, no, but this was years ago, years ago. But everything has to be that way, guys. You don't need to be that way. You don't need to be that way. And it seems like a lot. And one guy said this on, I don't know if it's TikTok Live. He says, black women tend to choose the weaker men. They tend to choose the weaker men. And I don't understand if that's true or not. I don't understand it. But they tend to choose the weaker men. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why is that? And I've heard it on, lives that people that I like, that not that they tend to choose them, but they subconsciously choosing them. See, Mike, you got jokes. You got jokes. But we tend to choose to, and you could see it in these, these online TV shows and all this other crap, that you want to be in charge. You want to be responsible. You want to be the one. And even when you have the, okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. But what I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm saying, because I'm trying to choose my words a little bit better, and trying to choose my words a little bit more in the direction that we need to point them. Um, okay, I'll give it. Let's go this direction with this. Um, I watched on a talk show, and I think I brought it up once. The lady says, "My husband, he rides motorcycles, and I." She literally said, "I want him to stop." And the person that was there said, "Did you meet this man when he was riding a motorcycle?" Yeah. "Did you date this man when he was riding a motorcycle?" Yeah. When when you were courting and or when he asked you to marry him, was this man riding? Yeah. Then what's wrong with this man riding a motorcycle? Why is it always that we have to run every aspect of somebody's life, and then when they're totally miserable and they're totally unhappy and they totally start doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing because they were trying to find that through you, that now you done push them so far off the deep end. Hello, you done push them so far off the deep end for trying to run them into the ground. Now you're wondering why. Guys are very simple. We don't I don't ask for much, and regardless of my situation or what happened a couple of days ago, I'm still happy as heck. You hear how low key said that? Jesus, I'm happy because God answered my prayers, even though right now I shouldn't be worried. Been sitting in a hotel for 2 days. I'm gonna go through the bull crap tomorrow. I should be worried because I got bills to pay. But low key, I'm not. I'm not worried because I don't know. I don't even have a because. You know. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not worried. You know. Um, that's what being happy with my situation. I finally become content. But when we are, and I did this too. I'm just gonna say I did this too. When everything is going so well, we wind up looking and assuming the worst. We wind up looking for something bad to happen because we don't think that we deserve a good thing. We don't think we deserve a decent life. We don't think we deserve a decent partner. I did that for a good minute and was wondering what was the matter with me. Granted, I'm not the perfect person. I make mistakes, but when I figure out that it was a mistake, I own up to it. I don't hold on to it. I'm trying. Like I said, I got my behind out here and walked and walked and walked. You know, if 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 there's anyone that's listening and wants to hear what I'm saying, sometimes you just got to keep going. You got to keep trying. You got to keep moving forward. I realized that I hit an impasse with my hobby because I'm tired. I'm tired of the destruction I wrecked on my lawn. Once again, what I tried didn't work, and I was depressed, and it bothered me, and but now I've come up with a plan. I've wrote a list, remade the plan, resetting the parameters, resetting the parameters for my situation, and I'm going to move forward from there. You know, I remember 8, 9 years ago that I'd be in these hotels, man, just crying myself to sleep. And see, as a African American, light skinned brother, you really shouldn't be saying, "What are you crying yourself to sleep? You're a little biatch," and all this stuff. You say what you want, but you don't know me. You know the digital me that I'm telling you here and now, but you don't know what I've been through. You don't know the suffering that I had to endure. You don't know that stuff. You don't know that I'm highly sensitive. That a freaking thing will drop and I'll be emotional. It's because I'm an empath. Nobody, my wife doesn't even believe me. I have to fight with her with that. When I realized that's what I was, now I own it. I'm not no person that reads minds, but I I collect energy, negative, positive, whatever, anger, happy, mad, sad, glad, whatever. It's just a part of my life. I've always been like that and didn't know why. And then I find out it comes from, you know, it'll manifest, especially if you're in like a high violence situation. You become highly sensitive. Hello, told you them stories before. But again, don't say them. Again, that's all right. But I learned to be happy and content with my situation. My situation mainly because look, I'm just happy to be alive. We have people, and you guys could attest to this. You look on Facebook, you look on Facebook, you look at your old high school friends and so forth, that they they act like they so sweet and holier than now, but you remember in high school or in junior high, these were the bullies, these were the people that treated you like crap, these were the people that laughed at you and mocked you and said that you wasn't that you was a piece of crap, but all these people, and and they're living their best life, or they done passed on. And you're hearing that song. How could I say goodbye to all we? Oh, he was such a wonderful person. But he was such a. Oh yeah, I remember he was a wonderful person. He used to shove my head in the toilet. Yeah, he was a wonderful person. He used to laugh at me when I tried to talk to so and so and embarrass me. And I remember that person. Yeah, never apologized, never said nothing. I'm just saying, guys. I remember when because I normally shut Facebook down for bits and times and come back and whatever. But I remember the last time I turned Facebook back on, and one woman, I don't remember her, but she said that I saved her from some bullies one time, and she never forgot it. I don't remember doing that, but I apologize. Said if I said anything or did, I apologize. I'm not the person I was back then. And yeah, you could say, well, you shouldn't say, well, they're not the same person. But see, just like me, I remember you hurt me. Nobody else gonna say that, but I'm gonna say it because my heart's is gonna be free one day. But I remember you hurt me. Well, they say, well, you got to get over it. Yeah, the conscious can get over everything, but the subconscious, you got to wait for the subconscious to get over it. You know what I'm saying? You could sit here and knock the bejesus out of me, break my jaw, be swelled up, hit me in the face with a brick, give me a concussion. Eventually, that's going to heal. That's eventually the swelling's gonna go down. Eventually, that's gonna heal. But the subconscious is gonna be afraid if they see somebody, you know. That's the hard part, and a lot of people don't understand that so many of us has went through something like that in some situation, and then when we become adults, we try to forget it. We try to let it go. We can't afford to sit back and talk to the doctor on the couch. We can't afford it. We can't, but we find peace in a hobby. We find peace in a pastime, maybe watching football every Saturday or Sunday. We find peace in doing something like maybe going bowling or cutting lawns, working on small mowers, planting, getting a garden, you know, decorating, buying. A lot of people, it makes them feel better. They get that jump from buying stuff, and then go have to go back and return it because you can't afford it. And then we get to that point where we want to tell somebody else about our passion, our hobbies, our this or that. Um, we've got folks that you know they do the cruising. I remember my first cruise. It was on an older Carnival boat, and Norma, she was all upset, and saying like you said, garbage people. Garbage people rarely change, but often rely on good people's kindness to feel they're okay being garbage. And I can agree with that, but see, a lot, especially, and yes, this is an attack. I'm not even gonna deny it. Y'all women, and you could say, yeah, no, it's not all women. No, this is all y'all. This is all y'all. Y'all, it's your belief in your innermost being that all men ain't spit, and they all gonna cheat, and they all gonna do this, and they all gonna do that. It's just a matter of time. So you're just waiting for your turn. Some of us have had enough of that crap. Some of us actually give a crap. Some of us want to be with you. Some of us want, you know, people do change. People do have a reason to want to be happy. What you grew up with is different from what I grew up with. What your situation is, it's always you got to understand that. If you can't understand that, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, and Mike, don't get me wrong, you're right, but it's still in the back of my head. I remember you hurt me 30 or 40 years ago. You hurt me, and now you're holier than thou. Just saying. And see it, that's a. I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on that one. I'm not gonna say it and lie. I'm still working on that one, brother. The wrong. Hey, hold on. Let me get grab that coffee that I made. Sitting there flapping off at the gums. But let's see here. Yep, yep, yep. And see, this is just like what I was trying to tell mom. I didn't realize, and I was doing it too. I was doing it, and you can actually hurt somebody, like your spouse or whatever, on these platforms by liking these other people. Like in Instagram, you just hit that like button. Well, you see, call me stupid, but I remember at one time in this before I met my wife, I had nothing. That was my whole freaking fantasy world was Instagram. Not the big booty people, but the fact is that I y'all were my digital friends. I'm in this truck alone 90% of the time. I don't have a life. I was lonely. I was, by myself. I just hit the like button. You hit my like button. I was getting charged up. Oh my goodness, I got 5 likes. Oh my goodness, I got 10 likes. Oh my goodness, I got 20 likes. So you like me, I'm gonna like you. You know, and I started realizing, wait a minute, half of these half of these Instagram whatever are fake. It's fake anyway. Half of this is fake. And am I'm living in this fantasy world. Those people just trying to grow their whatever. They really don't give a flip about me. I'm in this fantasy world. And again, I had to realize that I had to and I went back and I still try to keep an eye on it. And a lot like actually Instagram and Facebook I shut down for a while. I need a break. Um I don't I don't engage like that. I was accused of engaging like that, but I don't engage like that. Not anymore. And I stopped that a while ago because I had to think, I might be hurting someone myself. But it goes back to that. And the the main conversation today was because Charles be saying, "Oh, you be all over the place." Yeah, I be all over the place. Good morning, Wellness. How you doing? Are you happy in your situation? Well, I got so many block. I got so many block. Whatever. It. This, hey, Mike. This is the funny part about that. It pissed me off so bad. It pissed me off so bad that these big booties, whatever, and then would go hi, hi. Like, wait a minute. I'm over here in my lane, and you coming on. Get out of my lane. Get out of my lane. I'm over here. Get out of my lane. What do you want? I'm finally happy, and you want to give me this. It's probably a dude on a keyboard, putting somebody else. But get away from me. I'm finally happy, but you want to come over here? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. says Sammy Joe said it takes a lot of work to change past behavior, especially if it has been with you since you were young. Hurt is something that loves to stick around. That's what I'm talking about. You actually said it better than me. It's like a tug of war where if you just let go of the rope, you're gonna be happy. If you just let go of the rope. But I can't. I've had this all my life. I just can't. I've had this, and and the answer, it's like, okay, I got a short video that I showed my son, that I was videotaping my son with my John Deere W36R. It's a freaking tank, and he was mowing the front lawn, and he turned towards the bush, and I knew what was going to happen. He was going to run to the bush. So instead of just telling him to turn, it was too late. I just said, let go of the lawnmower, because that lawnmower um, has a kill switch. So if you let go, it'll stop working. It'll die out. It won't go no more. It'll go a few inches. It has a kill switch. I said, let go. And he let go, and it kept on going, and he grabbed it again. And I said, let go. And then he finally let go. And see, this is what we do. Instead of us letting go of the past, hovering in the past, instead of us just letting it go, we're so used to holding on that we're gonna run into a bush. We're gonna run into something. Yeah. And see, and that's why I gave up most social media. The people I care about, talk to, watch, etc., follow Pepsi or Lady Gaga don't give a flip. I'm following. Exactly. They don't give a flip. But the situation, mine is a little bit different. I'm by myself. We're not built to be by ourselves. I'm by myself 99.9% of the time. It's not easy. Good morning. Good morning. It's not easy. I have to find something to 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 gain my interest or stuff like that, and it's just the person I am. I have to watch that, um, because it's taken totally different. You know what I mean? It gets taken totally different. Here's the funny part. I like um Urban Garden Chronicles said it the other day. Yeah. Well, sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. And give you long story short, Mike. Long story short, I almost lost my life. I think it was like just 10 years back, in a truck accident by somebody else's hand, not mine. I was in the back sleep. And when we finally we finally got everything under control, and I was still away from home, um, divorced. Um, I lost everything in the truck, had no money, and the company gave me $700. I was in crutches. The explosion blew glass into my knee. I still had glass in my knee. And I remember, I remember in crutches. I walked about a half a mile to the liquor store. Got a bottle. I got a bottle of Jack Daniels and a bottle of wine at the same time, and and made it back to the hotel because I mean I saw my life come in front of it, in front of my eyes, and I said I put on Facebook. I went into the hotel lobby and posted on Facebook that I was in a truck accident, almost died. I'm okay. I'm at hotel so and so, and um I got lit and said some stuff that I shouldn't have said. And I remember, I think it was the next day, Charles was on Facebook, and he, you know, he gave me a call and said, "Hey man, I've been driving for 30, 20, 30 years." And I told him, I said I need some help. And Sam Joanne, you're right. I'll get back to what you said, but let me finish this. My what I was thinking. He said I need some help. And I remember he said I'll help you out. And Charles said I'll help you out. What I said I needed help on, yeah, we never fixed that. But I also needed a friend, and that's where I really needed help at. I needed a friend. And see, a lot of times, like you said, yeah, you said, yeah, you cannot live your true life if you're living in the past. Learn the lessons that you need to learn. Be grateful that you were smart enough to learn it, then move on. And you're right. I'm not saying that you're not, but the fact is, everybody listens and understands differently. Some people can just do it like that. I got the lesson. Bam, bam, let's move on. But a lot of us, it takes years to get it. A lot of us takes years to understand it. I mean, I remember there's something that I forgot what Charles had told me something. Oh, I'm doing some shorts where doing videos of trucks passing, and he was saying, "Look, you got to do it like this, or you're going to get in trouble." And I, it didn't even dawn, and he said that about 6 months or 7 months ago or a year ago. And I remember it didn't dawn on me till a couple of days ago. And I moved my mount and moved it over and readjusted it. Said, you know what? He right, and this is gonna get me in trouble. What I'm saying is, some of us it takes a little bit longer. It's like I don't know if you guys ever watched Game of Thrones, and uh, one of the episodes where they the lady of Winterfell was passing judgment. The young lady, she been through heck, and she says, "You know what? I'm really slow to get something. I'm slow to understand, and I'm slow to get something. But when I finally understand it, I get it." And when she said that, I started screaming. I was like, "That's me! was so me. You know, that's me. I said, that's me. Oh my God. This person is talking about me. I don't intend that. I don't, I didn't intend that to be that way, but you're right. And literally right now, I am living my best life. I am living my best life. Um, I might not sound like I am, but I am. I'm living my best life. I am living my best life. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, I got some for you. Let's change up a little bit. All right, we only the people that's in this live know. Oh, hold up before I even say it. Yeah, no, no. um, the regulars that come in, y'all know when I'm talking about stinky booty get vicious. So I finally got to get in the shower and wash and clean and scrub all orifices of the areas. And I remember, you hear these stories about um, these hotels. You know, I'm in the Comfort Inn and Suites, and yesterday it was just to the point being a over the road truck driver. I was looking on the walls and I'm seeing hair, and then I know it wasn't mine. Hair on the wall. I'm like, oh man. But I was like, I got to keep scrubbing. I got to keep scrubbing. I said, I got to keep scrubbing. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. As long as long as I ain't itchy, we got. I'm not even gonna say that one, but you know what I'm saying. I gotta keep scrubbing. Oh man, I'm telling you, yeah, you said power scrub. I need some sandpaper, Jack. but it's all right. Oh man, but oh Lord, let's see what. Oh man, um, if y'all get a chance, go back and see. Look at. I think it's the first hour of Urban Garden Chronicles. She does lives on Saturday, and she went on a rant about she went on a rant about folks um uh, don't quote me on this. She went on a rant about folks i- acting crazy on YouTube, and I I was all for it. And and what she was saying, she wasn't pulling no punches, which was so freaking hilarious. And she was sitting there just she just got to the point of you getting mad at me that I'm not watching you, but you're boring. And it's just she just kept on harping on you're boring. And, and I was like, oh my God. And see, I'm just gonna get on here and talk because we're trying to work on the hours and, and tell the world about my low self esteem and how I don't want to let something go or figure this one out or got my feelings hurt. We just talk about the basic mumbo jumbo, you know, and I'm not trying to, stab nobody in the back. I'm not trying to make myself look better than anybody. I'm just trying to tell you that look, I make mistakes. Um, I act a fool. I'm an imperfect person that is saying, look, if I can do it, if I can make it through, if I can get good morning, if I can get to the next level, then you can do it too. We started we started I started figuring out because 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna yell because I'm in a hotel room. They might call the cops on me, but that's become a rolling joke. I didn't even realize that it was a joke because most of the time I start drive when I'm driving my 18 wheeler and y'all see the front of the truck and all that. I'm going off the deep end, yelling and screaming about something that hit bothered me. I'm having flashbacks of this person hurt my feelings. This person talked down to me. This person did this. My daddy wasn't shit. Or my mama said this. Or what. I'm telling you a story, and then I'm going to the peak and yelling and screaming, and then coming down from it. And then we found out that that was funny. Charles like, man, you be going off the deep end. I was like, yeah, yeah, no, you be going off the deep end. I'm like, really? And yeah, and then I started going back and looking at the videos, and I'm sitting there going, yo, that's funny. That's freaking funny. And and it made for fun for me. So when I was at a truck stop and I started looking at earplugs, and I did a thumbnail with hey, on this channel we be yelling and screaming. Do you see what I'm saying? And when Irvin was saying when she was saying that, she's like, y'all, you're boring. You have the nerve to get mad at me, but you're boring. I was like, oh my God. When you can sit back when you can sit back and smell the roses. You smell the roses. Hey, hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second, okay? Sorry about that. But if uh, you could sit back and let me put it this way: you're everybody's right. You need to move forward, let go of the past. But I I want to be reminded and not forget certain mistakes, certain 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 things that I did that I don't ever want to do again. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't ever want to do, I don't ever want to be comfortable enough to wind up doing that same, because sometimes we get so comfortable, we'll do the same thing over and over and over and wondering why. Well, why does nobody want to be my friend? Why does nobody want to be near me? Why does nobody want to be bothered? Why did, why? And it's everybody's fault but our own. But I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget my F ups, because when I forget them, I might do them again. I wanted to keep an eye on that. I want to keep an eye on it, and I don't want to let them go, because when I let them go, they're gonna come back and repeat themselves. I already know I'm gonna do it. They're gonna repeat themselves. You know, we don't. I don't want to repeat those actions. I don't want to repeat, those mistakes, because I don't want to be hurt again. I don't. And yes, just said it. I don't want to be hurt again, but we're gonna be hurt. We're all gonna hit some damage. We're also all gonna, you know have broken parts and stuff like that. I'm getting old, but I'm trying to make it and get it down to a minimal, a minimal transaction. Cause like right now, my truck's broke down. Used to break down all the daggone time. I've never been. So I've been through. I remember one year I was through so many trucks. Um, I needed this break, even though I couldn't afford it. Yeah, hey, Urban, I was talking about you. Um, but like there's a ramen noodle restaurant, a ramen noodle restaurant that I went to twice. The first time was delicious. The second time it was uh, cause, and I noticed that I said it to my wife that these ramen noodle places, when the owner ain't around, this, not the service but the quality goes down. Especially with Japanese folks. And I went to a real ramen noodle place where he was like, browning it with a torch, and I mean, the place was immaculate. It was freaking delicious. It was delicious. And then I finally tried the place next door, which was a Hawaiian barbecue, where it was um a curry chicken. It wasn't a strong curry, but it was curry. It was a curry chicken with on steamed cabbage, rice, and macaroni salad. And oh, good morning, Auntie Ellen's in. Hey, good morning, welcome in, welcome in. Oldham someone said, "What's up, dog?" And I just had uh, a peaceful, weekend. You know, um, who else in there? We at? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let me tell you about that. I've seen you on Miss T lives, and I truly thought you were right out to lunch. Then I started hearing that you were saying, "I enjoy listening to you give someone something to think about." The Miss T, um, I would jump in because she was really nice to me, and I've always appreciated the personality that that person had. Um, and what I would get in there and say what I wanted needed to say, and then jump off, because a lot of times when I would stay on there, people would take and dissect every word I was saying to try to humiliate me or put me down. And I was like, no, I'm not the one. And then I'll get blocked and on and the whole 9 yards. And I know a lot of that they were just cutting up, but I'm not. I don't know you yet to be cutting up with you. Do you see what I'm saying? I got to know you first. There's only one person I can cut up with and say, the words, and that's Charles, because we hang out. I know him face to face. We cruise together. You see what I'm saying? We do things. You know what I'm saying? You guys are digital. You know, I was talking about it earlier. Y'all, digital. I don't know y'all. I've never seen one of y'all in my daggone life. You know what I'm saying? But some of y'all have been are becoming friends because, like my man Mike. Mike didn't know what was going on. He emailed me. He said, "Hey man, what's going on?" But blah 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 blah. No, now I consider, Mike, appreciate you. I just wanted to know I appreciate you. But we have to understand, just because I say something, just because you say something, we can agree to disagree. I'm not an idiot. I didn't get all this grade for nothing. Just like you're not an idiot. We can agree to disagree, you know? But everybody has an opinion. When I say something, or if I jump on your live, I'm saying that out of something I done been through. I'm not just flapping willy nilly. Hey, microphone, how you doing? I don't just say something out of willy nilly. Half the time, if I say something, if I come in your live, I'm literally having a flashback. Something done set me off. I'm literally having a freaking flashback. That's why Mike says it all the time. Stay in your lane. I'm like, man, let me get off this live. I gotta get back in my lane. But yeah, wait. Let, see, wait a minute. Urban, I was telling what you were saying about some folks and they lies when you were saying that you're boring. You're boring. I thought I'd lose it. I thought I'd freaking lose it. Said you are boring. But that's the whole thing. I already know. I know I'm boring. And I don't give a flying flip if you don't like it. I know I'm boring. But see, but boring people kind of congregate of folks that want a good laugh. Y'all come here for that. Because I remember when I started this, I got my feelings hurt for 5 seconds when I had zero. I had zero people. I was like, wait a minute. But you know what? I'm gonna talk anyway. How you doing? Welcome to Can't Stop Walking, but love mowing and cruising and trucking and gardening and eating and drinking and doing all this other stuff. Welcome to my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I don't give a flip. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because when I do care, I'm gonna get in my feelings and I'm gonna get my feelings hurt, and then I'm not gonna have fun. I do this because it I have fun with it. I have fun with it. I should have did a video of me walking in this hot hellfire weather they call Texas. I was roasting, but I sat there and shrugged on. How many steps did I do on my Fitbit today? How do you skinny people do this mess? And I'm listening, and when I was doing this, I'm hearing Urban God Chronicles going, "Yo, you're boring." I had never had so much fun. I never had so much fun by myself in appreciating life in general. Appreciating life. When you appreciate the little things, when you appreciate the little things, like hearing someone in a Jamaican accent going, I don't really need to be talking with you because you're boring. Oh man. Hey, hey, I gotta do this shout out, y'all. I gotta do this shout out. That's my man Bam Manola just came in. I gotta do this shout out. Bam Manola be like, look, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your ex-wife, tell them about Bam Manola's adventure. Tell a cop on the corner that's about to get that ticket. Tell a person in Walmart. Tell the garbage man. Tell him about Bam Manola's adventures. Tell him how I get that weed whacker with one arm. Man, I don't want to mess with Baminola. Baminola hit you, probably knock your chest out. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, y'all need to check out Mike. Mike did a video. Mike, yo, I got to shout some of y'all out. Mike did a video. I sat there and watched it. I was like, I got to figure out how this man did this. He did a time capture of this black chocolate pepper plant, and it just and he did it from January. I would have did it from January to January 15th. It would probably been dead. But it's like 6 months of this mess, and I'm like, yo, that's pretty interesting. I said, you know what? I need to watch this all the way to the end. But and yeah, I forgot. I'm trying to remember some days here. I, I'm getting old because I don't got the giggles now. I can tell. But yes, yeah, and if you find the right song, let's see, 39.99. But you guys don't realize that some of us. I understand you want to make this business, and you're gonna get that. You're gonna have 10 million subscribers, and the world's gonna be yours, and you're gonna take over the world of YouTube. Eh, you know, I didn't think I was gonna get past 4 subscribers. uh, let alone anyone want to hear me. Nah, but that's all right. uh, the oh man, I'm sorry. I got the giggles today. I'm about to. What time is it? we're, we're about to end this in a minute, so I can go get that free meal that they got at this hotel where they you get the waffle and the boiled egg and the sauce and the sausage patty. Oh man, but you know, to come back to the original story, I I start with a subject and never stay there. So I apologize about that. I start with a subject, never stay there. But I really do appreciate my situation. Um, I have 8 years of life that I shouldn't have right now. I have 8 years of life. I should have been dead. This ain't a shoulda, woulda, coulda. This was the real McCoy. I should have been dead. So I appreciate the fact that if you look at the thumbnail, that's a picture of the destroyed truck that I made it out of. I should be dead, but I'm not. I appreciate being happy go lucky, goofy. If you're looking for the manly man, the man, whatever, I could be that, but I prefer not to. I really don't give a flip. I don't care. Um, I'm just gonna be me, and being me, I have to learn how to stay within. I have to learn how to stay within the parameters of today because they will change. Exactly. But the parameters that I'm talking about is and I'm trying not to be boring. Oh man. And see, and that's why like I said, Urban. That's why I always came to your channel. It's because you see, and Urban said, "Look, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go to Can't Stop, even if it's us three up there. We just gonna have a good old time." Because I remember going, yeah, if you try to do something, you're gonna be miserable anyway. So I remember going, and Urban would get pissed off. I say it all the time because that's why I came back. That's why I came back because Urban started hit. That Jamaican accent come out when she get mad, and I'm all for it. I'm in here taking notes. They said what? They said what? Really? I'm all for it. Oh, yep, yep. Give me the tea. Give me the tea. Oh my god. I finally remember. Hey, guys, just remember coming up next in just a few minutes, Wellness with Frugal Mama. I couldn't remember your day. I couldn't remember a day to save my life. I was like, good Lord, what's this lady's name? Come on, get that beat on. Wellness, I would come up with you, but shoot, I've been walking all weekend. I done got my exercise in. This fat ass is tired. I mean, fat behind. Ooh, I'm gonna be aggravated all day today, but y'all just made me happy as heck. I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave you with this story, guys. Uh, this young lady was upset about a situation, and her father was a chef, and he said, "Come on in the kitchen with me." And he put 3 pots of of water and started boiling. In the first pot, he put potatoes. In the second pot, he put boiled eggs. And then the third pot, he put coffee and boiled them, then turned them off and said, it turned them off and said, "What do you see?" And the young lady said, "I see potatoes, eggs, and coffee." And he said, "Well, he pulled out the potato. He said, "Feel that potato." And she said, "It's hot, but it's squishy." He said, "Feel that egg." He said, "It's hard." He said, "Well, crack it." Cracked it open and seen that, the egg was boiled. And he said, he took a scoop out of the cup, the coffee, put it in a cup, and said, "Taste it." He said, "What's the difference?" Each one of these went through the same thing. Went through the hot boiling water. The potatoes started out hard, now they're soft. The eggs you had a thin shell and it was gooey on the inside. Now it's hard. And then the coffee, the beans were boiled and it made something delicious, which is coffee. Said, and the father asked, "Which one are you? You done been through. You done been through something. What are you going? What are you? Which one are you?" And it's the same thing I say to you guys today. Which one are you? We all go through these situations in life. We just have to choose which one we want to be. And today I'm wide awake. And I want to be the coffee. I want to be the delicious coffee. Which one are you? You know what I mean? Just something for thought. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this live at this point. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for giving me a good laugh. I'm gonna go down and eat that cockamamie breakfast they have there. Hopefully, they might have an egg, whatever. And you guys have a blessed day. Always know, if you don't think nobody gives a flip about you, know that I love you and God loves you too. See you tomorrow.